Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see down in the title below, yes, I am doing a Faded in the Park 2024 review. Alright, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button somewhere. If you're already liking this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and comment down below what was your favorite set on the weekend, or what was the most interesting thing that you saw at Faded this year. I know there was so many great things that I saw this year, and in honesty, for Faded in the Park, well done Faded, well done. I know nothing will ever be perfect for a Vancouver music festival, especially a city music festival, so I think I was just so impressed by a lot of things, and of course hopefully for a Faded in the Park for next year. Anyways, let's get to the video. Let's start with ticket pricing. So usually I forget to write down the ticket prices before the website takes the prices down, but for GA it was about $255 with tax. That was tier 1. For those who got other tiers, J plus or VIP, please comment down below. But you know, for me as a girl that's been going to Faded, this was my 6th one this year. I always say that it's always worth it just to get GA. You know, this is not an American event, so I wouldn't expect so much. To me, I always just say this is Faded in the Park. It is not an American music festival, not like a European music festival. You get what you get here. And if you're someone that wants a little bit of room or something that's a little bit nicer, and honestly from my experience, I feel that Faded GA plus and VIP sections won't be so crazy. I feel like their GA plus and VIP experience is kind of like an EDC's maybe GA plus experience, or even a little bit lower. But if you want space, I feel like GA plus and VIP is a great thing. But you know, Faded in the Park, if you want to explore the other stages, honestly, is VIP and GA plus really worth it? To me, again, I would not spend more money on those tickets. Alright, wristbands. There were no wristbands unless you got GA plus and VIP, and honestly, going back to ticket pricing, I would honestly get GA plus and VIP just to get the wristbands. I know so many of you guys who've never been to a Faded before or any music festivals in Vancouver, we used to get wristbands all the time, like my previous Faded in the Park wristband, as you can see here. Let's see if it can focus. Faded, I think that's my contact one. A Faded VIP about 2 years ago. We got it off someone because we got GA. We couldn't even get wristbands at all. Again, another Faded in the Park wristbands. You guys know when they had the chip. You know, I always thought back in the day Faded would just get better and better, and no one knew the pandemic was gonna happen. You know what, this year was such a success, and hopefully it was a success that we could have another amazing one for next year. Anyways, that's wristband for you guys. Alright, transportation. Are you getting to Vancouver? Sorry, getting to Holland Park. Oh my gosh, now I'm just talking like, who was that? Who are the DJs that were literally talking about cities? I'm forgetting now. Someone comment down below if you remember on Main Stage Pacific. Anyways, Holland Park, Surrey. To get there, you can get there easily by Uber, taxi, you can drive there, or take the SkyTrain, the Expo line to Kings George Station. Easy peasy. I think our transportation system here is really, really well done. Alright, now to the venue lineup and entrance. I love how Faded changed the lineup about 2 years ago, the entrance area, and it was just so nice and organized back in previous years. If someone can insert please, I don't have videos of what it was like before, but I can still picture it in my head. And before, a long time ago, I remember my first Faded 2016. The lines were just a gong show. People hopping over the fence, running from security, the cops. Oh my gosh, those times. Now you can't even do that. But you know, those times were great, but I love how organized it is now. They even made the lineup before security so much more organized. I love that you guys made it so much more organized, so thank you again, Blueprint Faded, for making it well organized before security. Alright, now going to security. I think this is one where everyone seems to talk about all the time. I feel like no festival will ever be perfect when it comes to security, but I feel like some really big American music festivals and European festivals are really good with their security and their security knowing rules. Anyways, security was really well done, and you know, for me, I'm someone that really advocates for having really safe music festival experiences. It was really nice that we had cops around as well too, and I feel like being here in Holland Park, Surrey, Vancouver, Lower Mainland, Canada, it's always so safe here, so we know that nothing bad will ever happen, fingers crossed. The only thing that I would have to complain about is really, can the security guards please just read the rules? The fact that things were just taken away, different security had different rules, and then people had to call like the supervisors, and even like I feel the supervisors didn't even know the exact rules as well. I was really disappointed that my little bag of chocolate crackers and it got thrown away, and I was just like, what? And then I brought in dried mangoes too, but I was just really disappointed. We read the rules before entering and we're all like, but it's on the rules, and then security was like, no, it's not. And we're like, what? And we're like, why is this dried mangoes in? Someone said on my comments, like, you know, there could be drugs in it. I don't know, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think the one thing that security needs to work on, FVDED, please, Blueprint, please, get security to please read the rules. I think every single year for every event that's hosted, security, not all security knows the rules, and it'd be greatly appreciated if they knew the rules, because us music festival goers, attenders, like we really pay attention and look at the rules. So I think that's the best for your workers at least to do before the festival. Alright, vendor lines and prices. In honesty, I didn't really go around to the vendors this year. I already knew that the prices were going to be your typical music festival prices. I know I got a smoothie at Booster Juice. It was so nice to have that there. I think I paid about, correct me if I'm wrong again, $8 or $12, and then mainly my friends, they were getting food there, so they were spending about $17 per food product they got there, and I think drinks were about, correct me if I'm wrong, $8 to $12 range as well. So for me, again, your typical music festival prices, but in Canadian dollars, not USD. Right. The vibes this year, I think so many of us ravers would have to say, so plur, and this is why we love an all electronic music festival, why usually the crowd is so plur, there's nothing going wrong. Yeah, and the vibes are just, guys, I love EDM events. I think the culture is just always so amazing, so peaceful, so positive. All the candy trades, all the little trinkets, every little items you get. I always just love it, and whenever we have so many talents out there on the field, on the dance floor, it's so nice to just see artists going around, and I think that's the best part, just trading in all these music festival talents on the ground and just showing our love for each other and peace to each other. So I love it. The vibes are just great. Guys, just so much vibes, so much positive vibes. All right, layout and production. I think FVDED did a really good job. I know some people were complaining about the forest. You know, it is what it is. You're coming to FVDED in the park. You can't expect much. You know, you don't know how much they have in their budget. Again, I have to really say, FVDED, you did a really good job making the forest stage. And I know the FVDED lab used to exist, but I feel like, in my opinion, there could be something else there, hopefully for future events. Wink wink, maybe people teaching things, that'd be so fun. Anyways, the forest was well done. It was really like such great vibes. Also, it was really nice to see the Northwest stage. You guys added the extra screens. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was a new thing this year. I feel like I'm not going crazy on this, but it was nice to see the extra screens there this year. And the sound was pretty great, but I feel like it was still on and off at Northwest. And then going now to Pacific stage, so the main stage, I was low-key pretty disappointed hearing the sound. It was just, like day one, for example. Day one, it was pretty quiet. I feel like a lot of people can agree to this. And day two stepped up a little bit, but again, sound was just not there. Maybe the bylaws, I'm not too sure. Again, you know, we can't complain about every single thing. We will never know what the bylaws are. I'm always thinking about the city now and what we can run here in the Lower Mainland. So if you guys tried your best Blueprint, that's all I would really care about to hear. But yeah, that was probably one of my biggest complaints of the weekend, the sound. And also main stage. Not gonna lie, pretty disappointed of what the main stage was. Like, to be honest, I know we can have everything at FVDED in the park, but I feel like the main stage at least could have been better. Could have been better. I thought it was, not gonna lie, pretty lame. And I know some Americans that come up here, and some American friends actually that came up, they were kind of like, oh, that's your main stage. I'm like, I told you guys, don't expect too much. This is just Faded in the Park. But again, for Faded in the Park, this was pretty well done. In the production, no lasers, no fireworks. Yeah, pretty low grade compared to previous years, to be honest. The fact that we had fireworks before, and maybe again, this is going back to bylaws, and then same with lasers as well. I saw like 3 lasers during Swedish House Mafia's set, and then some obviously fire, but anyways, yeah, I think that could be stepped up on the main stage. Again, it's main stage. I think a lot of people are expecting more. So hopefully if this was really truly successful, hopefully next year there could be better production and better main stage. And also for the medical team, it was just so nice again to go see that there is the medical tent. As always, it's always so great. There was lockers at the venue as well. What else was there? Again, so sorry guys, I was trying to live the moment a lot at Faded this year, therefore less exploring, but did as much as I can to see what were the new changes. Also, yeah, we also saw the smoke lounge as well, which is really great. It's nice to put the smokers out in a different area rather than smoking out in the open. But again, yeah, Faded, you did a really great job with the venue, and again, can't wait for what you guys will do for next year. Right. The lineup was great. It was a great lineup for what Blueprint can get. And Faded, I feel like, I know so many of my American friends were like, oh, I would come, but to be honest, this is not a lineup that you would fly for. But you know what, I remember 2 years ago I met some New Yorkers, and they I was so shocked they came all the way to Faded. Like, that's so crazy. For me, was it worth it to skip out on Odesza at the Gorge? I don't know, sometimes I felt like I wish I was at Odesza, but at the same time, because I still love the lineup, I know I've been to almost all the foundation events, and I know I saw mainly all these DJs, and most of these DJs that I've actually seen from other festivals already, or over the years of attending music festivals. It could have been better. There could have been other DJs that could have been on it, and I know again it depends on Blueprint, Faded's budget. So again, thank you for an amazing lineup, because it did lead to such a great, successful, sold out Faded in the Park. Was it worth it? For me, I thought it was still worth it. Why? Because a lot of new changes to Faded in the Park, an electronic music event. The vibes were just great. The music was still amazing. And I just can say that Faded and Blueprint will just keep trying really hard to make the festival better and better, and hopefully you guys will also keep doing great things for it to happen again next year, and hopefully it was a success for it to happen for next year. Was it worth it enough to skip Odesza at the Gorge? Watching all my friends going down to see Odesza at the Gorge, and you know, for me, some of you guys know, I love Odesza. My favorite producers. I don't know if it was worth it to skip, but it was a great experience. It was nice to see what Faded and Blueprint did for Faded this year. So thank you Blueprint. Would I go again? And honestly, after this year's Faded, I've realized it really depends on the lineup. But you know, all those last minute decisions, it's so hard not to attend a Faded in the Park, especially if you have nothing to do, and especially if you're someone that loves the music. But yeah, that's my answer for you guys, and it all depends on the lineup. And again, it costs money to be going to festivals all the time. I would really love to support every year, but again, you know, as you grow older, just priorities, right? Anyways, that's pretty much it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Comment down below what you guys thought of Faded in the Park. What was your experience? I would really love to hear what you guys thought, and hopefully Faded and Blueprint will listen more to us and see what they'll do for next year, and hopefully it was successful enough for Faded and Blueprint to be able to run another Faded for next year, and hopefully a successful Contact this year. We'll see. It'd be really nice to see another BC Place Contact as well too, you know, bring back all the old EDM events. That'd be so amazing. Anyways, thanks for watching again, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.